everybody. Welcome to Gold Rock's Golden Monday. How's your day been? This is Jan calling from Gold Rock Central. Okay, we've got another great webinar for you tonight. So it's great to see we've got 33 people on board, still people waiting to come on. So all this information on the latest trends and directions for the Carrot Bars business. Now, this is your business, it's my business, and we're all in it together. So it's a bit like this coronavirus, isn't it? We're just all in it together. And you just need to put your hand up if you need help, because our Brains Trust is on the ball, and we just want to be able to give you a hand. Doesn't matter if you're not in my team, I'm in somebody else's team. It's all good. So I'm going to hand over to Brent, because he's got a bit of an interview happening tonight with our trusty leader, Derek. So over to you, Brent. Catch ya.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Jan. What a privilege to be introduced by the superstar Jan McCluskey. Good evening, Gold Rockers, and how exciting to see the numbers climbing on our Monday calls. And a little bit unusual tonight, because generally the first voice we hear is that of the rock star himself, Derek Miller. But tonight, and don't get me wrong, you will be hearing from him, but I'm going to ask Mr. Miller some questions, because it's his turn, and we're trying this on Mondays now. We're just going to get to know the leaders, the Brains Trust, and the up and comers, and sort of we'll dive into the business and give you all the latest news. But Mr. Miller, are you there, sir?
I am here, Mr. Dobson.
Mr. Miller, Derek, I've known Derek probably 8 years now, a good friend of mine, and so proud of what you've done in such a short time. I've got a few questions for you. Derek, you were one of the fastest people in the company, in the whole company of over 1 million people, to reach the top of the level, and that's Gold Director Elite 3. Mate, first of all, even though I know the answer to this question, how did you hear about the business?
Well, it was really interesting, because we talk a lot about in this sort of business how you connect with people and how you contact people and how you go about finding people, etc. And it's really an exercise in how people join this business. When I got a phone call from you, and all you said to me was, how about we meet up for a coffee?
Yeah.
We had been doing that for years.
It was nothing unusual, was it?
You didn't change anything. You just said, let's meet up for a coffee. And it was as simple as that. Yeah.
And like I said yesterday, you're the easiest person I've ever sponsored into this business. So how did you get on when you started, mate? What happened? I sent you some videos and you researched. I knew you would.
Well, there were a lot of questions that I couldn't really get my head around, and you and I had a couple of phone calls about it. But given the nature of the business that we're in, where a lot of the information is reported online, I very quickly figured out that there's a whole lot of negative information out there and a whole lot of positive information. So all I had to do was work out what was true and what wasn't. So when I got to a point where I couldn't work out what was correct and what wasn't, then I came back to you, and between us, we basically figured it out. There was a lot of phone calls and a lot of laughs and a lot of jokes about how do we work this out. But at the end of the day, we just kept digging till we got the answers we wanted.
And that's true. Look, and I've got to admit, I was building the business before you came along and had some success, and that was great. But my business changed completely when you got on board. And it was mainly because of our relationship, but also we were able to just throw questions around, and a lot of stuff I didn't know, that you found out because you were going through all these levels so quickly, but put together, and it was fun, wasn't it, mate? I mean, it was always an attitude of, okay, let's. I'm not sure about that one. Oh yeah, I know about that one, and but we'll find out for you. And it didn't slow you down. And I got to admit, once you come on board, it was, I really felt like I had the real start of, and not long after that, we created Gold Rocks, didn't we?
Yeah, it was very shortly after that.
So how does this compare, this business, carrot bars to what you've done in the past, mate?
Well, I suppose when I compare it to everything that I've done, I go back to I ran a couple of quite large public companies, and I've run a lot of private companies, a whole bunch of them that I started myself or Carolyn and I started. As we went along, we sort of worked out what would work and what wouldn't work. And the thing I liked about this business was if I decided that this person had said no to building a business in a network system, but they were interested in the gold, we had an answer for that. We had a way they could buy their own gold. And yet, if they didn't have the money to buy $150,000 worth of gold, we had a way they could earn it. So it just ticked a whole lot of boxes that we could pigeonhole everybody that we knew into a place that suited them. And that was the thing that really fired me up about it, that we had all those boxes ticked.
You didn't need to be a superstar networker, did you? You know, for people just to be a customer, they were going to benefit in this business. So how did you expand your business? What did you decide to do?
Well, the first few days, I think it was an exercise in figuring out how to talk to people. And there were a number of people on my short list that I trusted to give me an honest answer. And the first one I called was Dan and Jan. And Dan McCloskey told me exactly where I could put the phone because we had just come out of that other business and I wasn't looking to be in another business that required that sort of networking either. But what got me excited was the gold. So after he hung up on me, I then called Jan. Said, now pay attention. This is what we're going to do.
His wife, yes.
Yes. So by the time they got back from holidays from England, they were already registered. And it was just that simple. Like, I could see how there was an option for everybody.
That's it. Yeah,
it's gold.
It's gold. So how do you think you ratcheted up the ranks so quickly? What was what motivated you, mate? You just took off and out of the gates.
I think a lot of that had to do with a need, an urgent need to generate some cash flow, and having been in the other business where we had to convince people, we had to fight and argue the whole time about whether it was positive, negative, you could do this, you could do that. We had a merchant network that didn't work. We had a customer card system that didn't work. It was just an all-out fight, day in, day out. We came into this business and it was like, okay, you registered someone. Oh, look, I made some money. How cool was that? You know, it was just a breath of fresh air to understand that as you did the work, you got paid. You didn't have to wait 2 months. You didn't have to wait a month of Sundays. It wasn't if the sun rose on the west and set in the east, the moon was full or not full. You did some work, you got paid.
I know you and Carolyn, a lot of those people, they weren't even, you in your team as such, and you were getting no financial gain at all. You were just there to help, and that probably did help. That when you gave them some advice, they trusted in you, and that's incredible. So, did you have to do any convincing with any of your front line?
Possibly the answer is yes. But it was because of the learning experience. I don't do any convincing anymore. For the first 4 or 5 people I sent out an email to, I think 4 of the first 5 joined. And 2 of those 4 said, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just looking at this, but they've both become big distributors of gold because it made sense. It added up.
Yeah, I love... not just when you ring me, but other people in your business and hear them, when they've made some money. And I mean, look, I'd do this. I would tell people about gold even if I didn't make any money because it makes so much sense. But we can't survive on oxygen only, so it is nice that there is some instant cash flow, and so many in your team did that. It was fantastic. So what sort of growth do you see coming in the future for Gold Rocks, mate?
I think we've been going through a period where everyone's held their breath waiting to see what the next stage was. And I think in the next 4 weeks, we're going to see a massive shift in this business, which will uncork the bottle, as they say. Once we actually start to demonstrate really how the cash flow through the merchant program works, this is going to be a stampede. And I can't tell people enough to get enough assets in the system. Get yourself together so that you can take advantage of what's coming next month. We're not talking about waiting 2 years. It's next month.
Yeah, you can feel it, can't you? We've been waiting for this and setting this up. We had some fantastic momentum at the end of last year. Things slowed up a little bit, but yeah, you can just feel it, can't you? And I agree 100%. So has this economic environment that we call, what do you call it, the Heineken virus?
Heineken flu.
Has it been a blessing or a curse for the gold business, do you think?
It's been really interesting to see the reactions of people. We've had people that were on the verge of opening their accounts and committing a lot of time and effort to this business, and as soon as everything went to pieces, they ran screaming around in circles and couldn't talk about anything but the problem.
Mm.
And yet other people saw that problem and went, right, I need to get on board something that's not affected by this, and gold was the answer. So it's been quite interesting to see the different reactions, the two sides of the coin, and not to be perturbed by it.
Yeah, stay the course. You know, there's nothing better out there. Well, thank you very much, Derek. It's been a privilege to talk to you about your ride so far, and it's just begun. And like I said, you're one of the fastest in the company to reach this level, and you've had some fantastic success. We know you as the voice behind your calls on Mondays, and I'm going to hand you the reins and let you get into it. But it's just a pleasure to work with you, mate. You're a friend, you're a business partner, and I'm excited about helping not just you but many others bring them through and not just financial freedom. We're going to get that, but the good times that are coming once we get out of this Corona, Heineken, flu, or whatever it is. So I'm going to hand over to my good mate Derek Miller and let you take over the reins, mate.
Thanks, Brent. And yes, it was an exciting ride. We didn't have a clue really about what we were doing in the early days. I remember when I got the first free upgrade to silver, calling you up and saying, what's this silver duva that's just appeared? And then by the end of that day, I'd got an upgrade to gold. It was just amazing. Had no idea how either of those things happened at the time, but we just kept doing it one step at a time, one day at a time, and bingo, it just clicked. We found enough people that wanted to change their lives. So I'm going to go into some statistics here and I'm going to hand over to Carolyn to go through some more information shortly. But if you think that the employment news is strange, and I know it's happened in many different countries, but if you think about what's been happening, this guy, Greg Jericho, writes for one of the major news networks. Despite the horror of what's happened, we haven't reached the bottom yet. And if you think about what he's meaning, the fall in hours worked in April per head of population is the lowest it's ever been in Australia's history. Absolutely, staggeringly blown everything else off the charts. Because with this week's unemployment numbers, it just released and showed how bad things have become very quickly. And it's not through the fact that people have decided to not work. It's that people were stood down. So if you read that bottom line, for a start, if you're wondering about why the numbers don't add up, the unemployment rate is a measure of unemployed divided by the number of people who are in the workforce. So in April, 594,000 people lost their jobs. But our unemployment number only rose by 104,000. Does that sound a little bit like the government is giving us manipulated numbers? And we know that's absolutely true because lots of other countries are doing it as well. In the US, when you go to work for a company, your employer pays into an unemployment fund for you. So it's a couple of % of your income. So if you get made redundant or you get the sack, you can draw on that unemployment fund. Now, as soon as you get made redundant, you're unemployed. But as soon as that fund runs out, you're no longer unemployed. You don't count. Doesn't mean that you got a job. It just means that you've used up all of the money that you've put aside. And you're right, Wal, the government would never tell us any lies. What a shock. So here's a market warning to those of you that are, in fact, involved in this business and building a business. If you're going to be transferring money overseas to buy gold, you might want to consider what you tell your bank. I was with some people yesterday who, in fact, had to go to the bank on Friday and tell them they had family in Germany and they were transferring money to their family. It's the only way their bank would transfer the money. They do not want you to be buying gold, because the minute you have a gold system, you are not dependent on the banks. So be aware, not afraid, because we got gold. How bad is the economy really, and how bad has this affected us? I did quite a bit of research to dig this up. This is from the International Monetary Fund, and this is real GDP growth year-on-year percentage changes. So in 2009, this is at the end of the GFC, when all that hoopla went on a few years ago. The GDP, global GDP, fell 0.1%. 0.1%. In 8 weeks, in 2020, the global GDP fell 3%. And if you can do the maths, that's 30 times worse than it was in the global financial crisis. Again, be aware. Don't panic. We have gold. That is the world numbers, Vivian. So this is, in fact, how the entire system has fallen into disarray, because the Heineken flu, and you're wondering why I use that term. If I talk about what it's normally called, we're likely to get edited by YouTube. They are censoring what goes out about what's going on. Now, if you are watching what's going on here, this is just amazing that the news gets worse every single day. But we got gold, baby. So don't worry about what is going on in the world. We have the ability to talk about what's going on. So with the Heineken virus and how it's affected gold, have a look at that for a stat. 469%, this is in Australian dollars. 469% in 20 years. It's up at 2,736.45 in AUD. That is an all-time record high. Let me say that again. This is an all-time record high. It's never been anywhere near this. And what you're looking at there, 47.43% annual return. Now you go and find me something that your bank can show you that will get you a return like that. Because if you go in and say you're going to buy gold, they'll tell you not to do it. Why do you think that is? That's just a staggering example of the fact that the banks have no interest, zero interest in looking after their clients. But watch this space. This is going to get bigger and bigger as time goes on through what we're looking at now. So here's where all the major currencies have depreciated relative to gold. Now we talk about the price of gold and how it's at an all-time high. But in fact, the gold does not vary what it buys. It stays relatively stable. And the other day I met a lady who was quizzing me about the gold and what we do and why we do it, etc. And she wanted to debate the fact that gold doesn't maintain its value because she was given by her husband a chunk of gold in jewelry, and she didn't like it, so she took it to a gold bullion dealer and sold it. And she got next to nothing for it. So after a few more questions, it turns out that the bullion dealer she sold it to was a place that we all know called Cash Converters. They, of course, gave her about a fifth of what its value was. So you will find that gold, if you go to a legitimate bullion dealer, will maintain its value. And you can look at all those currencies there. In fact, if you look carefully, you can see 3 different German currencies. You've got a Mark, a Reichsmark, and a Deutschmark. 3 different German currencies. And look where they all ended up, 0. If they're not connected to gold, the currency will eventually get to the point where it's fallen to its intrinsic value, which is 0. So today we've got a couple of sponsors. I'm going to hand over to Carolyn now to take over. Are you there, Ms. Phillips?
Yes, I'm here. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thanks, Derek. Certainly, Derek has always been the great researcher, and all that information there that he finds and squirrels down for that information, and has always been the numbers guru. So thanks for keeping us up to date and inspired for where we're going. Yes, Gold Rocks 2020 tonight is sponsored by Easy Shopping Cards, and we're going to go into why Easy Shopping Cards is such a great merchant to be supporting. And it's a local merchant, it's a small business, and also ComChoice. There's one reason for both of them. Or you can see there on the ComChoice ad already, Carat Gold. See down at the bottom, just on top of the word Bonix. So that's a little clue. I'll just let you in on that. With both of those merchants, you get gold for shopping, and that's their rewards program now. So easyshoppingcards.com. It's really simple. Go to www.easyshoppingcards.com. Any of your groceries, any of your groceries, fuel and alcohol, your everyday household expenses, you can actually receive 2% back in gold. And this is what Easy Shopping Cards is offering all of you. It's cash gold, and it will be transferred into your Carat Pay account. How great is that? Even Mr. Woolworths can't do that, Mr. Coles. And not only that, they have a huge range of electronic gift cards. So if you need electronics, if you need furniture, if you need bedding, if you need airplane tickets, like, I know we're not going anywhere at the moment, but probably some of you would like to go somewhere, then there's all sorts of electronic gift cards that are available on easyshoppingcards.com and in the denominations that are easy to pay. Carat Pay account required, that so that you get your 2% back in gold. And here's another clue. 2% is the minimum amount that you will receive. Some of the other gift cards that are there will actually, you can receive up to 5%. Okay. Gold for groceries. Where else? Easy Shopping Cards. They've been on this journey with us for quite some time, and thank you so much, Easy Shopping Cards and Cassie. Here's a little video on actually how
you spend a large amount of your income on groceries, fuel and alcohol, don't you? What if I could show you how to earn cash gold for all those household expenses? Yes, you heard me, cash gold. I'm describing the Easy Shopping Cards Rewards program. Just to get a size of what this might mean for you and your family, work out what you spend each week on household expenses, then calculate 2% of that. You can earn cash gold just for supporting a local business and buying your e-gift cards through Easy Shopping Cards. Just so you know, they offer about 40 different e-gift cards, not just for groceries, fuel and alcohol. So let's get straight into how you create an account with Easy Shopping Cards, how to buy the e-gift cards, then how you'll get paid your Cash Gold reward. First off, go to www.easyshoppingcards.com. Click on Register Now and Benefit Now button, then click on Create an Account button. Fill in the fields. That's easy. When you get to the field that asks you for your affiliate member ID, type in your Carrot Pay wallet number. To find your Carrot Pay wallet number, go to Carrot Pay and log in. Find your Carrot Pay wallet number here. It will be 80000 and then 9 numbers. This is important so your Cash Gold reward is transferred to your Carrot Pay wallet. Fill in all the fields, then follow the usual confirmation process in your email. It says, account confirmation is required. Please check your email for the confirmation link. So open your email from Easy Shopping Cards. Click on the blue button, Confirm Account. That will take you back to your Easy Shopping Cards dashboard and your account is all set up. Thank you for registering with Easy Shopping Cards. On the menu down the left-hand side, choose My Wallet. To order e-gift cards, you'll first need to load up your Easy Shopping Cards wallet with funds. You can either authenticate your credit card to pay for your order by choosing this button and following the instructions, or by direct bank transfer by choosing this button. I've transferred $150 into their Commonwealth bank account using my user ID as reference, found here in red font. Once funds appear in your wallet, you can buy e-gift cards. You can see my $150 here in wallet available balance. It only took a few hours to show up. Let's go on to the next section of how to buy the e-gift cards. Click on the tab Electronic Gift Cards. Click on the drop-down arrow in the denomination field to choose how much you're going to spend on your first e-gift card. I'm choosing $100. Click Submit button to see the whole range of $100 e-gift cards available. I'm choosing a Woolworths e-gift card. Fill in your customer details and choose how you want it to be delivered. Either have it printed immediately, by email, or SMS. I'm choosing my e-gift card to be delivered by email. Email sent successfully. I go to my email and I find 3 emails from Easy Shopping Cards. One thanking me for my order, an invoice, and the most recent email has my e-gift card information and link. In the body of the email is the e-gift card identifying gift card number and PIN code, which I can enter directly into my Woolies Money app, ready to go shopping. When I click on the link, this is what I get. The same identifying gift card number and PIN code. I'm going to order another $50 e-gift card to spend all the money in my ESC wallet. It's worth checking out where else you can spend your money with these other e-gift cards available. How will you get paid in Cash Gold? Easy Shopping Cards will calculate how much 2% of your order is and transfer Cash Gold into your Carrot Pay account. It will take at least 8 weeks for the Cash Gold to be credited into your Carrot Pay account because of the 8-week Carrot Buzz restriction on moving Cash Gold. You'll notice it here as an entry, Deposit Gold to Wallet. Next time you're ready to go shopping, click on Returning Customers Login and log in on the right-hand side to do your shopping. Congratulations, you're now getting Cash Gold rewards for your everyday household expenses and any other e-gift card you purchase from Easy Shopping Cards.
Okay, that is like a video. Once it's uploaded onto the Gold Rocks YouTube channel, you'll be able to send that out to your people. Anyone in your team, you'll be able to follow the instructions and make sure you have your e-shopping cards account and that you're getting gold, 2% gold on your purchases and then help your team to do the same. So here we have some breaking news. Gold for your phone bill. So this is ComChoice, and this is really new. So ComChoice, Glenn Bucky has also joined as a merchant, a K-merchant, and has offered 4% bonus in gold. So that's fantastic. So if you think about what you're spending in your comms, in your telephone, your internet, and your data, then imagine getting 4% of that back each month. Now, what Glenn's going to do is actually give it to you in a lump sum. So once you've committed to 12 months of phone plan with him, then he'll work out what 4% is for the year, and you'll get a bonus in cash gold. So again, you need your CaratPay account number, and he'll do the rest for you. So 2 brilliant ideas here, and it just oh, excuse me, I could feel it coming. The 2 great merchants, and just really thinking about how to get more business, how to support us in our goal, and so forth. So support local businesses, and you get supported as well. Here's Glenn's contact number, 0410408757. You can convert your phone contract across to him. Again, CaratPay account required. I'm chatting on the phone, earning gold.
Hey, Carolyn.
Yes.
Just on that, I reckon in the Carat Bars world that we're the only country that has free gold on all of those products and services you just mentioned.
We're street ahead. We're a beautiful country.
Only here at Gold Rocks.
One of the safest countries in the world, and here we are. Yeah, the Gold Rocks team just rock.
Bring it on, baby.
Yes. Yes, go Gold Rocks. Thanks, Camilla. Always we like to clear that we are expressing our view as affiliates only. This is not company policy. This is not standard. I guess the people on the Brains Trust like to distill down what's a good deal for me, and if it's good enough that I would do it, then how do I share it and help other people do the same? And that's what we do as the Brains Trust and the affiliates. So we are not company, we are not corporate, we are not Carat Bars, but we love a good deal. And we're not representing the company in any way. We're just representing gold and helping each other. Let me just go back.
Hi there. Thank you for joining us from wherever you are in this beautiful world of ours. We, the team at Gold Rocks, are here to show you how to become a gold saver, which has far better return than traditional savings methods. Let us show you why you should get started today. When you begin saving, you typically have a goal in mind, whether it be buying a house, paying off debt, studying, starting a business, travel, or maybe retirement. We've always been told to work hard and save. The majority of us have only had the following options: maybe holding your cash in an envelope, a jar, or a piggy bank, opening a cash savings account to earn interest, or applying for a loan. But that means debt, and that's something none of us want to get into. Unfortunately, many people don't understand what saving your money by the traditional way actually means. Cash loses an average of 2% per year through inflation. That means if you saved $100 today, it would have the buying power of $90 in 5 years' time. So then what if you put it into a savings account? The average interest rate across the banking system in Australia and New Zealand is 1% per year. So that $100 would have the buying power of $95 in 5 years' time. A little bit better than the cash in an envelope, but you are definitely losing money. So question, what do they do that you don't do yet? the governments, the banks, and the wealthy. What do? Simple. They save gold. Robert Kiyosaki, who we all know as the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad and Cash Flow Quadrant, says, gold is money. JP Morgan, one of the most powerful bankers of his era, whose company JP Morgan Chase still exists today, said gold is money. Everything else is credit. And Alan Greenspan, the former head of the Federal Reserve, arguably the most powerful financial institution in the world, says gold is always accepted. And they are just a few examples amongst many, many others. So why gold? Gold gains an average of 15 to 20% per year. So what if you put your $100 into gold? Well, in 5 years' time, it would be worth at least $175. Would you rather have $95 from your traditional savings account or $175 from your gold savings account? Next question. Why choose our gold and why save with us? Our gold savings account is free to open and has no monthly fees. Our source is the global leader in small increment weights from 0.1 of a gram. And at the time of recording this, 0.1 of a gram was about $10 to $11 Australian. This makes gold accessible to all levels of income. No matter who you are, what you earn, you can now do what was once only available to those with wealth. And helping all people get ahead is something our team at Gold Rocks is passionate about. Our gold is 999.9 gold bullion purity. It has state-of-the-art security against counterfeiting, and our source provides free storage until you choose to have your gold delivered to you. Getting started is as easy as getting back to the person who shared this video with you, registering your free gold savings account, and starting to save your money in gold today. We encourage you to do your own research into all of the information we've shown you. And we look forward to helping you save your future in gold with the team at Gold Rocks. Be blessed.
Yeah, there is another video, so I think we're just waiting for that to head off. That's brilliant, Camilla. Thank you so much. She has a lovely way with words and explaining the logicalness of all that. Logicality, let's call it logicality. Now, there's another video. Is that correct, Derek? Yes, here we go.
Premiums on gold and silver products have been coming down, but is this trend going to continue? Here to address some of the concerns about this issue is Peter Hugg, Global Trading Director of Kitco Metals. Peter, thank you for being with me today.
A pleasure, David.
So as I just mentioned, the trend we've seen in the last couple of weeks is a decline in gold and silver product premiums. They've been excessively high, like you said before, in the previous weeks. They've come down a little. How do you feel now? Are they within a satisfactory bound?
Well, let me just give you sort of parameters here. To our clients, most of our clients are extremely happy. We were extremely bullish. Silver south of $15 and gold south of $1,500. But we advised them strongly not to be chasing the premiums on the physical product at those levels. We are at Kitco fortunate enough to be able to offer other products to be able to allow our clients to engage in the market without being sort of held ransom to the premiums. And again, if you just go back 4 or 5 weeks, silver premiums on coins were trading at anywhere from $12 to $18 over spot. Gold premiums were trading at $150 to $200 premiums over spot. And again, we've seen this game before, and we just didn't play in it and believed that this was not something to chase. And if you were comfortable with the products that Kitco offered outside of physical to bide your time, you would have the ability of being able to swap that product into physical premiums at cheaper prices. And I basically did an analysis on gold premiums today. And if I looked at just look at the gold buffaloes and gold eagles for our American clients, under normal market conditions, where gold is right now at $17.40, you would be paying approximately $90 over spot for a coin. And right now, gold eagles and buffaloes are available for about $110 to $115, depending on the size of the transaction that you want to do. So again, they've come down anywhere from $40 to $80 from where they were 3 months ago. What I'm looking at here, though, is that under normal market conditions, you would be paying 90. So there's about a 1% differential between where we are right now and where the optimum premium is going to be under normal market conditions. So again, I'll leave it up to the investors to decide whether this is the opportune time to swap their digital accounts or trading accounts with Kitco into physical. But you're paying about a 1% premium. So where it's more stark is silver. And I've never been a fan of the Silver Eagle. First of all, because I believe in a product that has international liquidity, and the Silver Eagle does not. You cannot give the Silver Eagles away in the Far East, and in Europe the market is somewhat tenuous. I much prefer the Silver Maple Leaf. So on the silver market, you're looking at premiums on Silver Eagle still trading at somewhere north of $10, $12 over the price of silver. You can get silver maples right now at about $5.50 over spot, and that is still a little bit expensive. It's about $1 over normal premiums when the market is normalized, but still you're still within a range where it creates a situation where you can think about whether or not that makes sense. You want to pay that extra $1 premium to swap your digital and or your trading accounts into silver maples. But the product is becoming available on a consistent basis. The Royal Canadian Mint is producing good supplies of both gold product and silver product other than fractionals on a weekly basis. So I would suspect that these premiums are probably going to maybe soften a little bit over the next week or so, but to get it back to sort of normal premiums on a normal market with normal production, we're not far away. So so the clients that our clients that listen to us now have the ability of saving themselves anywhere from $6 to $10 an ounce on silver, and up to $30 to $100 an ounce on gold.
Okay, so just to clarify on just going back to the gold premiums now, you said 1% is the premium on most gold products. You're not, just to clarify, you're not telling clients that this is too high now, don't buy at these levels. You're still bullish, correct?
Well, we've been extremely bullish, the gold and silver market. I mean, we were very aggressive in telling clients to go long with silver south of 15 and gold south of 1500. What we did tell them was, don't buy physical, because you're going to be paying a premium that is going to be difficult to get back. I mean, at $15 silver, if you're paying a $10 or $12 premium on silver, you're in this market at $25, $27 an ounce. It made no sense to us. I mean, we were offering products that were trading at 30, 50 cents to spot. And now you can swap out of those products at a $5 premium. Mm-hmm. You're ahead of the game by almost $10. So I mean, that was our advice, and a lot of our clients listened to us. But as far as the market goes, we are very constructive of the market. We've never been bearish. We think, given not only the Fed stimulus, but also the fiscal stimulus from the government, that there's nowhere but up for the precious metals over the short, medium, and longer term.
What I got from that was, we're in a good place, and we've got gold, baby, as Derek keeps saying. We've got gold, nowhere but up. It's fantastic. And also, just where we've but you want to work. Obviously, that guy could give him a hug. Hey. So thank you so much, Camilla. And then that other little video, both of them are available, or certainly uploading onto the Gold Rocks YouTube channel, and you'll be able to send those links out to prospects who can then join. So let's talk about money. Just love it as a topic. This is actually the paper currency that our government issues. It's fiat currency. It's not actually money. The difference between currency and money will become clearer, but this is actually currency. Currency, the issue with currency is that it's continuously going down in value, which Camilla covered in her little video. So 2% a year doesn't sound a lot, but over a number of years, it just adds up. The gold standard that you hear people talk about was brought in because the government in the US was in a position to exchange gold that you might have dug out of the ground or you might have traded with someone, but it gets heavy in your pocket. Gold is one of the heaviest metals. So that's what's heavy metal, and it's in your pocket, and it's easy then to steal or, you know, be stolen from you. So they were able to exchange it for a piece of paper that said, when you bring this piece of paper in, we will give your gold back. So this is what the gold standard meant. And $100 note here could actually go for a gold coin, and whoever brought it into the bank could walk out with some gold. So that was taken away nearly 40 years ago or more. So this is paper currency, as you would be familiar with. It's Australian currency issued by our Australian government. And here is the visual effect of inflation. Each year, each decade, filling your shopping trolley with less and less groceries. And that's probably where you see inflation best and daily, and less goes into your shopping trolley. And over the years, so there's, say, 20 years, then the $100 is now, it's not worth $150. What you used to have to spend to get $100 worth of groceries, you now have to spend $150 for. So it's certainly losing its value, its purchasing power, and that's why gold is so good. It will maintain its purchasing power. And there's another great visual. Grandpa, 100 years, buying the top model Ford for $1,000. Now this is in AU, Australian dollars, or a kilo of gold. Fast forward to this year, 2020, there's the top model Ford for $70,000 and a kilo of gold. So each of the visuals we've shown you tonight support that gold will hold its purchasing power, gold will hold its value, and not the local paper currency. The last 20 years, here it is in actual numbers, 10% a year increase in the buying power. Gold in the year 2000, 31 grams is around about an ounce. So you'll hear metric and imperial weights of gold, and 31 grams, $450. 2020, 31 grams, $2,734. And that's a huge increase, 600%. Did your cash do that? It did not. Did your buying power with the cash that your boss paid you or you had in the bank do that for you? Karatbars is the world leader in small increments of gold. They are a world leader in blockchain, and they're bringing us to freedom and security. The blockchain that they have is fast. It's a world leader because of the other devices that they have. They have a phone and they have a laptop as well, using blockchain. So if all of this interests you and you're ready to set up a free Karatbars account, there are no fees. Set up a free Karatbars account. There's two ways to do it, as a customer or as an affiliate. And the difference is only how the price you pay in gold. and then the services and access to other brilliant facilities if you're an affiliate. So a customer is more limited because you will pay full price gold. An affiliate, you'll buy gold at wholesale price. You can open up other income streams, particularly if you want to make a business, build a team, build residual income, any of those that might interest you. There are more products available. And the trading in gold and crypto means that you can actually put your crypto into gold and be ahead that way. So affiliate's the way to go. There's no difference in setting up. If you want to access the more income streams, then certainly get started with a multi-pack. That should be the first item that you buy. Starts at 180 euros, goes to 4,900 euros, anywhere in between. This is brilliant because the wealth principles, these are general wealth principles that Robert Kiyosaki will talk about, any of the people who comment on wealth. Pay yourself first, establish a residual income, limit your tax exposure, and stay ahead of inflation. Now, what Karatbars does is every time you buy gold, you are paying yourself first. That's the first wealth principle. If you're ready to build a team and residual income by buying one of those packs and then talking to people and registering others, then you're going to cover wealth principle 2 and wealth principle 3, establishing a residual income and limiting your tax exposure. Now, there is no compulsion, there's no expectation that you do that. So as long as you're buying gold, then you will stay ahead of inflation, no matter what you do with Karatbars. And your 4 wealth principles are covered. Oh, I love this. Choose your passive income now. These are vault plans. So you buy gold, it's free to store, but if you store it at a certain place, you'll actually get paid to store it. Down the left-hand side, the vault plans, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. Next column in talks about BUNV, bonus univals, 100 bonus univals. Bonus univals is a weight of measure in gold that is specific for Karatbars. So you won't hear that term out in the general public. You won't hear it on the news. You won't hear it from any of the gold commentators. You'll only hear it in Karatbars, BUNV. It's a tenth of a gram. So there are 10 tenths or 10 bonus univals to a gram. So 100 bonus univals will earn you 4 bonus univals per year. So in actual weight, that's 10 grams will earn you 0.4 of a gram. The beauty of this is that once you put it into store, then you can get it out if you need it, and you'll get paid at the end of a year, 366 days. 1,000 bonus univals earn 60 bonus univals. So on the right-hand side in that table, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. There's the amount of gold and there's the interest you'll get paid, and it'll either be 4, 6, 8, 10 or 15% interest. Where else can you get that in the world? Fantastic offer here. Another option for everyone. Corporate news, this is just this week actually, MasterCard orders temporarily disabled. New countries coming on, Guadeloupe, French Polynesia, and I think Mozambique, yes, which is in Africa. And taxes and charges are determined by each individual country, yes. The K1 phones, keep your packaging because sometimes there's been an issue, and if you want to make a warranty claim on your phone, you actually need the original packaging, so keep it. Then if you do need to send it back, it's your expense, but they will give you a new phone. So you send your warranty claim by email to support@impulse.technology. You wrap it all up, you send it across, and they will supply you with a new phone. Derek, do you know what the issue with the phones has been?
No, this is just the warranty process in case there's a problem.
In case, okay. So it's not because there have been a number of claims, it's just letting us know.
Correct.
Right, well, that's fantastic. They're on the front foot all the time and letting us know what to do. But do keep your packaging. Carabas International, the delivery department, Van Strasse 149A, Stuttgart, Germany. And on the parcel, return of warranty claim. Yes, Jenny's saying they won't repair the phones, they just exchange. They'll give you a new one.
And that will have to do with the blockchain technology. It's very difficult to repair something that's a one-time code.
Okay, so make sure when your phone arrives, you keep the packaging. Let your team know. Keep the packaging.
Very good.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Been a great session. We've had some great videos there and lots of people contributing. Thanks for sticking with us. We've got on nearly a full hour. Does anyone have any questions? Please unmute or type in any questions. Otherwise, we'll head off so you can have the rest of your night and have a really good night. Thanks, Brent.
Just be aware, people, that we will run a special event when we find out about the swapping of coins into Univals and BUNV. It's not quite turned on yet. We're expecting it early in the new month. So don't see any questions coming through.
Nope. Thanks, everyone, for your support. Just love your support of Gold Rocks. And Gold Rocks, we all know that.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
and
Roger.
we look forward to seeing you on the golden beaches of the world.
Have a good night. Have a golden night.